Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you the secret sauce on how I run this YouTube channel, as well as some of my other businesses or side hustles. Today we're going to go exactly what my internal OS looks like and how you can build something like this for yourself. So first, let me go through each of these OSs that I have, which is basically a central dashboard of everything I need to do to move the business forward. And then from there, I'll show you individual tabs like what happens behind the scenes and how you can build one for yourself. So I have two OSs, one for this YouTube channel, as well as my internal OS for my sperm protocol blob, which is just a way to optimize your male fertility, especially if you're looking to conceive. So let's start off with my YouTube OS. Here was the last video I put out, which was 5 days ago, which is pretty bad. I'm supposed to upload a video once every 3 days. As you can see, I have an upload cadence where since I started tracking this, it's a GitHub map of what days I missed and what days I had a video out. Like I said before, I'm overdue 2 days, and because I'm overdue, it puts a red box instead of a blank box. Here is kind of just, these I don't really look into that much because this ideas tab goes into more detail. So here is where the true kind of competitive advantage comes into play. So for my YouTube OS, I get 5 video ideas that populate every single day. And those ideas are generated through recent news, as well as what my competitors are putting out. So if I go to my vidIQ, here are my competitors, with obviously Nate Herc being the top competitor, and then here are some outlier scores. So this generally helps me come up with ideas and see what other people are putting out. But this gives me more detailed ideas of what exactly I should put out. So there's a title, and if I click into it, there is a specific angle I should hit, the hook that is there, and here are some editable fields where I can dive into each one even more. So again, title, hook, angle, deliverable, as well as signal. So I like to go through each one of these every single day, and then if one interests me and I want to make an actual video out of it, I can press this plus button, which will start to plan the video. So it basically fires off some script in the background that runs a Claude code instance and is basically building out a more detailed outline of what exactly I should say during my video. I don't exactly follow this for each video, but it just gives me just general good ideas of what my hook should be, how I can capture the audience. And so this is what this Claude job is doing in the background. So going back to my ideas page, so here I have now planned it in my videos tab. And I also like to go down here. So here is the AI news pulse that happens every 24 hours. So it just pulls data from relevant news sources. So 2 hours ago, it says that OpenAI's adult chatbot probably is not happening. And it just gives me a brief background here. So it says that OpenAI has shelved plans to launch an X-rated chatbot. And what I love about this portion is that if I don't want to make a video about this, but I feel like it might be good, relevant news for social media, whether that be LinkedIn or Twitter, I can have Claude fire up and make both a LinkedIn post and a tweet for me. From here, I can add some media. So I can add whether I want to add a photo or a video. I can queue this as my next slot. So because I use both Radio, which is my personal tool that has an MCP, as well as Typefully. So I use Typefully to queue my tweets. Because I have programs in the background that can queue things, I'll just simply add these posts to the queue, and the queue will fire it off when it's ready to post. So if I were to add something in the queue, it'll post tomorrow at 8 a.m. So as you can see, it took the source, and then from there, it basically summarized it in a LinkedIn post. So that is my ideas page. Just one more thing here is that if I want to run a competitor's video, so if I want to make something that my competitor made, so say I want to make a similar video to learn these 6 AI skills now, I can go and copy this URL here and then paste it into here and then generate outline, and it will start to fire off a scaffold of exactly what Nate Herc said in this video, and will create a similar card where I have the outline of the visual hooks, the titles, retention beats, the build, and then the repo skeleton. I don't use it that often. I probably should use it more as my videos have been suffering lately in terms of views. But yeah, that is my ideas page. Next up I have my Evergreen tutorials where here are Evergreen videos that can live for a long time on YouTube. If you check out my YouTube recently, there's not that much Evergreen content. For example, the US just shut down Claude Fable 5 plus Mythos is very time dependent, and people will only watch that video for a certain amount of time, and then after like 6 months, it's basically rendered dead. Nobody's gonna be watching a Claude Fable 5 video. So I decided to make some Evergreen content. Honestly, it's been a little bit flopping. So here is my how to build your first local MCP server, which is directly from here, build a production MCP server. And it did flop, but it is technically an Evergreen video. I think MCP is gonna stay here for the next 1 to 2 years. And because of that, it can be a video that generates consistent views for a long time. So I just have these ideas here where I can add them once again to my Trello-like board and then start to create that video. I added some news mentions, so it pings the news to see what is relevant Evergreen content to push out. But since AI has been so dynamic over the last 2 months, I barely have had time to push out any Evergreen content. Here's the screen that you saw multiple times, and it is my videos Trello board. This page allows me to see the videos that I have in progress or I have planned. So as you can see, I have this Claude trading routine 24/7 autonomous bot video that is still cooking. I have this Fable 5 and Opus 4.8 side by side with real examples, and then Anthropic shut down Fable 5, which I can still post, to be honest. I just need to edit the video. And then here is the video that I just added to scaffolding. And here Claude fully built out the outline of what should be talked about during this artifacts video. So this is very nice just to see an overview of what I have in progress, what I have planned, and what I have completed. And once I complete a video, it marks it as completed here in the GitHub heat map. And I also have this set where if a video is more than 3 weeks old, the folder actually gets deleted because this is a folder that is living in my YouTube OS directory. So on top of that, here is my studio. The way that I make videos are pretty much just one shot. I sit down for maybe an hour, film a video, and then from there, chop it up, do the intro, do the body of the video, and post it. It's very low production value. It's just mostly me just talking to the camera like I am in this video. A lot of the times when I am filming a video, there are times where I have to run some code or am just waiting. And so there's a lot of dead space that happen in the raw video form. And so in order for me to post more videos, the one thing I hate as I've posted more videos is that it just takes tons and tons of time to edit a video. Because I'm not that eloquent, I don't really have a script in front of me besides those outlines. Most of my videos are just off the cuff. There is certainly a lot of dead space and a lot of editing, and it takes a long time to edit a video. I would say at least 2 to 3 hours. So in order for me to speed up my process, I have created a studio for myself so I basically upload a raw video. And here's an example of what I uploaded before. And then from there, I will use Whisper as well as everything I use in this video, which is all the software where I basically allow Claude to edit my videos. So I will drop my raw file here. And then from there, I will get a long form video of this trimmed. So as you can see, this is my trimmed and edited long form video. This is 14 minutes. And if I pull up the raw video, so this was my raw video, which is 25 minutes. So it basically trimmed autonomously a 25-minute raw video to something that is 14 minutes. That's much easier for me to edit. So I love this tool. Once that happens and I fully edit my video, I then have thumbnails. So I use ChatGPT to generate my thumbnails because I feel like they have the best thumbnail generator. So I had before Claude generate thumbnails for me, but honestly, I felt like the results were pretty disappointing. So I just basically had it to give me a prompt instead, so I could just copy and paste into ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT will create my thumbnails. Lastly, I have publish where I will upload my final video, and then from there I can generate title and descriptions. So it'll go through my entire script, find themes that I talked about, create the timestamps for me for each theme, as well as the title and description. And then lastly is my social post. With each video, I usually like to post some things on social regarding that video. So I like to do a LinkedIn post as well as tweet. So So this generates me 12 different tweets that I can schedule off and fire off. I have a LinkedIn post here. I have a school community post here, as well as an X article, which I utilized in the first couple of videos, but honestly haven't really utilized this after that. And so that's basically it for my YouTube OS. For the big productivity unlocks, I would say the studio is a big one, just like cutting out the raw, repetitive things I said, as well as the empty spaces are really, really great. I save a ton of time there. As well as just like these title and descriptions are very nice. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for now. And so that is what I use to post on YouTube regularly. For my second business called Sperm Protocol, I wanted to get this out there for people that are struggling with fertility, as I definitely struggled. And so this is not really a business. I guess it's just a personal project. I guess I can technically make money from this, as I do have affiliate links for the Amazon stuff here. But again, for me, this is more of a personal project, not really a business, because I struggled through this and I know how frustrating fertility problems are. And so I just wanted to help others who are going through a similar kind of path. So for me, the main thing that I've been posting, honestly, I haven't been posting yet because I don't know. I haven't had a child just yet, and it feels weird to post this without any real data. And so I haven't been posting, but when I get to having a baby, I want to eventually post here. And so what this does is that it looks at the last 6 months Reddit posts regarding sperm and fertility. And so, for example, here it asks how to improve sperm motility and morphology. I can draft a helpful reply where the AI will reply for me, but it's honestly not that great. So Reddit is like very protective against people scraping Reddit. I've tried Browser Base, I've tried Fire Crawl, I believe. And honestly, Reddit was just blocking every single request. And so instead, I just said, let me just copy and paste. And then from there, just draft a helpful reply for me. So I basically just copied and pasted this Reddit post. And then from there is reading my blog that I wrote, using that as the source of truth. And from there, it's going to draft me a post that I can post in the comments where I can help this guy's problem, and then probably add a quick link to my website to increase traffic. So here's a reply that it generated for me. So CoQ10 and carnitine are the right picks for what you're trying to move. A 2014, this is probably a little bit too extra, so I'd probably delete this. And then here it links my blog for this person to go into more detail. I think this sounds a little bit robotic. I would edit to put it in my voice, but I think you get the point. This just generates the initial idea. And then from there, I can alter it, make sure it actually answers this guy's question. And then from there, post on Reddit. And so this happens for a bunch of Reddit threads. This is the Reddit growth hack that you can implement. In addition, I'm also posting with the same account on Twitter. So I talk about stuff like normal baselines. And so once again, I haven't been that vocal on Twitter just because I feel like I should back up my claims, even though the numbers back themselves up, but show success in real life first. So I haven't been posting that much about fertility. Once again, when I do have a baby, I will try to post more and just help people in my situation. Here is my pool where it generates me tweets regarding fertility. So just short tweets that can be edited. So once again, so this tweet would be, hot tubs are one of the worst heat sources for sperm. The heat is constant, prolonged, and it submerges the testes directly. They are one of the easiest sources to cut, so they are out entirely while we are trying to conceive. So honestly, that post sounds fine. So I would probably schedule it here, and then it will go to my Typefully to get tweeted out. And then lastly, here is a blog where I have potential blog posts that I can add to my blog to help with SEO and to have ever evolving content. I haven't used this that much, once again, because I'm not really promoting this just yet, but when I do, I will definitely get more active. That is essentially what I have for my different OSs. Like, this can look so much different depending on different businesses you have. I think that this Reddit one is very nice if you're looking for Reddit growth hacking. I think these are obviously great if you're trying to make videos. It just depends on what business you're trying to make, but all of this can be written in Claude, and this just helps you get more of what you want to output faster so you can reach your goals faster. So with that being said, let me know if you would like a repo of some sort on this. Again, this is my secret sauce, so I don't really want to give this away, but if enough people are asking for this, just post in the comments below. And if enough people are interested, I'll definitely put this up on school. I hope you learn something about creating your own internal dashboards for your business, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.